If there's anything that we're known for, it's the quarterback run game. So this topic is the quarterback run game and the multi-option spread offense. Some of our opponents kind of make fun and say we play with 12 guys because we always have the extra blocker in the quarterback run game. We take a lot of pride in the quarterback run game. If you look at some of the more successful programs in college football, throughout the nation, most people have dual threat quarterbacks today, and that's how the game's changed. So this first play here is just a really simple play, but we use motion, again, as an illusion to move people and manipulate people based upon that movement. And so in this particular play, we use the motion. Our quarterback takes a couple shuffle steps, and we have the back to the side of the quarterback leading. He'll get the play side linebacker, and then we wrap the guard on the backside, and he'll get the backside linebacker. So the quarterback fundamentals, we want him to really get good control with his body position. It's a short shuffle. The key is for the quarterback to keep his shoulder square to the line of scrimmage. Sometimes it might be an A-gap play, sometimes it may be a B-gap play, and sometimes it may be a C-gap play, depending on what the defense has given us, okay? The key is to stay square and to follow your blockers. We want to, just kind of, when we got the motion, we want to just stay tight to the motion. We don't want to mesh this, and we want to just kind of keep the ball in front of us, shuffle, and then take off. So you can see here comes the motion. Again, the motion is a big illusion for us. It's just to trigger the defense, to elicit some type of movement from them, and the motion tips off everything that we do. So here you can see it's the ball's presented here, but he's not sticking it in there. He shuffles, all right, and then he's basically following our back and our guard. And then he gets upfield. I'm going to go to the other copy on most of these, and they're easier to see, okay? We coach our back to try to go to the gap that's the vacant gap. So in this case, the B-gap player, the defensive lineman's a B-gap player. Our back should be in the A-gap, and sometimes our guys miss this, and you can see our back looks at number 23 here, the Mike, and he's looking to block him, but you can see the Mike is bumping out with the motion, okay? Our back should be in the A gap here. He ends up being in the B gap. You can see our backside guard is wrapping around. We call this block for our center a pin block. All he's doing is blocking the backside D lineman, okay? And then the two tackles have simple kickouts on the ends, all right? There's the open space. You can't create that kind of open space in a conventional offense, and that's why we take a lot of pride in our quarterback run game. There's the open space. You can see we waste a blocker here. Number 5 here should be in the A gap getting number 23, and then our guard should be wrapping around for the buck linebacker, which is the backside linebacker. All right. In this case, the buck linebacker kind of wastes himself because he runs through on the weak side. Okay, same thing, and you'll see a lot of cuts here of just a bunch of film here, okay? Here's the motion. Everybody asks, well, how do you time up the motion? I'll talk about that time and time again in these presentations, but the motion is just something you get used to doing. You got to just drill it and work it hard because ultimately there's no answer on timing up motion, and you can't be afraid to use motion, okay? Here's a pretty good example of how to run this play. I'll go to the other copy here, and you can see it really effectively here, okay? This is an A-gap player tight on our center. Our center, again, is going to run that pin block. Our left guard's going to pull, and you can see right now our right guard down blocks the A-gap player. Our back is stepping in the hole. You can see the Mike linebacker bumps out because of the motion, all right? Our back does a nice job of checking him and going back. We coach our guard and our back to try to be hip to hip in the hole, okay? And that's a perfect example. You can see our guard does a nice job of looking back and getting the buck. You can see our back turns out on the mic. If the mic, if they gap exchange and he squeezes too far, if he's gap exchange and he bumps out too far, our back will keep on climbing. We always say climb, never chase. Okay, another example of it. You can see here our back on this particular circumstance kind of eyes the mic too much. Instead of running into the open gap, which is the A gap here, he eyes number 23 and he blocks him out here. It's a good block, but he kind of wastes himself because if he goes in the A gap and turns out on number 23, it's a more effective thing. Our guard just wraps around. Our guard learns to either be one gap puller or two gap puller, okay? If the side he's pulling to, if it's a B gap player, then he'll pull up in the A gap. If our left guard's blocking the A gap, then our guard will wrap around into the B gap. So that's just really simple stuff. Okay, so it's really a simple thing. Most of everything I do on presentations is have a ton of film, so you guys get a good opportunity of seeing it. You can see right there our back and our motion back. Our slot is pretty much timing this up. You can see where our quarterback's kind of just holding the ball firm in front, and then there he goes taking off. Again, from the other view, it's a lot easier to see. Here we got a B gap player, all right, number 37 there, enters right now in the A gap. That's our back's guy. You can see right now our guard and our back block the same defender. Truthfully, our guard should have wrapped around for the buck, all right, but at the point of attack, you certainly want to win at the point of attack. So if there's any questions as far as who you should be blocking, that's the one, okay? Most of our play calling is determined by, how people react to motion. So we use motion a lot. You can see in this particular circumstance, as we motion, watch how much movement we get out of this guy. There's the whip down. We call the boundary safety the whip. You can see right now the mic is bouncing outside the box. You can see the field alley guy is tightening up, okay? They're worried about a lot of the different things we do off this play. So it's all got to fit together. We use that kind of motion, and we run jet sweep, jet read. We run quarterback ISO. We run counter. We run zone read. There's a million different little things we run off that motion. And so it all has to fit together like a puzzle. So here we go. You can see on this particular circumstance, our guard and our back block the same guy because the mic is so far out of the box, we don't even worry about him. From this copy, you'll see it, all right? Here's the mic here. There's the buck there, okay? This guy's a B-gap player, so our back is going opposite of the guard to his side. Quarterback stays body loaded, shuffle easy. He knows he's got an A-gap because you can see where the three technique to the field is, all right? And you can see our back and our guard basically hip to hip. The mic is way out here, so our back's like he's outside the play. I don't have to block him. And so both of them kind of look for the buck. Boom, there's the open space. And then it's just a quarterback that has this speed and agility to score a touchdown. Here's versus some pressure. Okay, you can see that this team's bouncing around, the mic's bouncing around, and here comes the mic right now. All right, you can see as fast as he comes, our running back is prepared for it. He cuts him right there, which in high school football you can't cut other than in Texas, but he didn't have to make that cut. You can see our guard pulling around, has the buck, and there we go. I'll go from the other copy here. So here's a B-gap player. When you get the D-line moving around or spiking into other gaps, you guys got to be really calculated. So you can see our left guard here is using calculated footwork to make sure that he captures the spike into the A-gap. There he is. Our backside guard, who's horning around now, has to pull two gaps because he doesn't want to run into our guard to the play side. All right, our back cuts the mic, and there's the open space. Okay, I'm going to slide forward here on a lot of these. There's just a lot of film that you guys can study, but I'm going to slide through over some of them so that I don't have to, just go through them too much. So this is just a little bit of a tweak of a formation. This is a formation where we're a condensed formation. It really moves people around a little bit, so it's utilizing formations to kind of manipulate where they stand. And then this is a play where we will run jet read into the boundary. We'll run play action pass this way and things of that sort. Okay, so it's really the same deal in regards to the shuffle coming now back to the boundary. You can see in this circumstance, our guard that horns around and our back to that side is really, they're really tight together, okay? And so you can see perfectly they meet their linebackers right at the hole. Here's a good look at it here. All right, so this team's stemming around quite a bit, just trying to kind of affect us in regards to not being prepared for something of that sort. You can see right now this guy's still a B-gap guy. He's going to step out and kick out that one. Our guard's going to wrap around. He's got to pin the 3 technique there. But you can watch number 2 and number 68, all right, with 6 guys in the box. All right, there it is, and that's a perfect crease. Same play, same formation, same team that we played. Okay, this was against an odd front. A lot of people ask me, what about an odd front? All right, and really, it's really simple stuff. Against an odd front, you're going to see our center and our left guard now. Our left guard's going to go double down on the nose and then block the backside linebacker. Our guard's pulling around, and you can see how much open space we have. Our running back has the play side linebacker. Here's the left guard and the right guard, basically blocking the backside linebacker. Same formation again. Okay, you can see on this one, it's a really good cut as I go to the other copy, a really good cut of the back reading which is the open gap, okay? So you can see here, we're pretty well square there. It's a pretty tight technique. The 3 technique does a good job of fighting off our guard, but as number 94 stretches here, our back says, okay, that's the vacant gap, the A gap. There's our guard wrapping around. Here's our back being patient and getting that linebacker to his side. These are just little different formations to manipulate a different look, okay? And so I include these slides just so you guys know it doesn't have to be just a 10 personnel package, okay? It can be just multiple personnel groupings. So here you can see we got a grounded tight end, we got an H, we got a running back, so we're really loaded in that gap, okay? And that's the opportunity you get. That was a short yardage play, and so it's an opportunity to use motion and still run the same play. So here you can see our left guard kicks out the B gap guy. Our back should be in the A gap. We waste himself on that. He should be in the vacant gap. All right, in this particular circumstance, we're using an H back to be like what the running back normally does, so he's going to be in the open gap, and we're faking power read to the boundary. We run power read to the boundary quite a bit, and so in this particular circumstance, we kind of mesh power read to the boundary, and then our H is now the insert guy, and you're going to see from the other copy how much movement we got just by the power read fake. So here we go. Look at how much this team runs outside the box off the power read fake. So you can see the boundary alley guy is wide, the box, the buck backer's wide, the Mike is even wide. Look how many of them overrun the play because it's a power read fake, okay? And so you got to have the capacity on all these plays to mesh them different ways and still run the quarterback ISO. All right. Another complement of the play is the exact same play, but we are running it away from the motion. So now we're motioning to the field in this particular circumstance, but our quarterback just is going to lean on it. Okay, I always say lean on it. So basically, if the motion's going left or right, my footwork is to lean on the play, okay? Don't move the foot that's closest to the motion. Lean on it, and then shift your weight back, push off this foot, and we're coming back the other way, all right? There's got to be a communication here between that back, who now is going to block away from the side he is, and that guard, meaning there's got to be some way for that guard to know that now he's going to get the first linebacker, and the back will get the second linebacker. So again, same play. You can see our quarterback just leans on it, okay? I always tell our quarterbacks, most of our footwork is, I tell them, don't travel, all right? And it's kind of a basketball term where we're pivoting. We're trying to pin a pivot foot into the ground, okay? In this case, you can see his left foot is his pivot foot, so he leans on it, all right, and he comes back. You can see our guard now, instead of the play going where the left guard's pulling to the field and the back's leading to the side he is, now the guard, the right guard's pulling into the boundary, okay? So it's the same blocking scheme. The play call is very similar, and so it's really simple. You can see now the guard has to get the first linebacker to that side, and then the back gets the second one, okay? So if you're using that motion and you see that people are over-adjusting the motion to the field, you can come back and run the play into the boundary, okay? You can see here the motion doesn't elicit a lot of movement, all right? Number 23's over the ball. Here comes the motion. There's our quarterback leaning on it. Here's our guard pulling. First linebacker, second linebacker for our back, okay? Same situation here. Here comes the motion. Lean on it. You can see our quarterback shuffle a little bit to his left. I don't like that. I want him just to lean on it with good solid footwork, and then coming back to it, okay? You can see there, that was our first puller, which is the guard now. He's first in this particular circumstance, all right? So you can see the guard is here, and then the back is here on number 47, all right? Number 21's the whip, which obviously, as a boundary safety, we don't have somebody to get him in those situations. Okay, a couple more of these. I'll go to the other copy here quick because it's the easiest way to see it. All right, this is a little bit older school from years ago, but I try to show this. Back in the day, we had really big splits. So you can see here, that split's a 3-foot split. This is a 2-foot split. That's a big split. All right, now we're pretty neutral with our splits because of our system. And it's just we want to be stable with our splits now. We don't want to show any tip-off, okay? It's beautiful, though. Pin block by our center. Left guard has a down block, all right? A little bit of movement. Quarterback leans on it. Here's our right guard horning around for the play side linebacker. Our back's perfect on the other linebacker, and there's the open space. This is very simple football, but it's very effective football. And I think that's the key to success, is to find a way to be simplistic and give opportunities to be very effective, okay? And it doesn't matter, you know, you're saying, well, they're a 6-box team, they're a 5-box team, they're a 7-box team. Well, if they're a 7-box team, you should be throwing it, maybe not running this play. But if they're a 6-box team, you got 6 blockers for their 6 defenders. Okay, last one here. Here's the motion, lean on it. You can see here, there's our guard pulling, and the backside guys cutting them. All right, I'm going to go forward to this particular play. All right, so this is out of 13 personnel, okay? Same play, but you can just do the same thing in a red zone situation. Here comes the motion. Quarterback just leans on it. You can see here, okay, we got the guard in this particular circumstance pulling. We got the H leading and the back leading. So we got 3 hats leading now, and so that obviously is a really good red zone play. As you see here, okay, the pullers are the right guard, the H, and the back, okay? It's really simple here, all right? Our tight end, our grounded tight end, they don't block ends on this, so the grounded tight end releases to the D gap, all right? The left tackle knows he's going to block the C gap guy. Here's our puller, there's our back, and our H. All right, little bit of tweak on this now. It's the capacity now to run it without motion and to throw the bubble off of it. So I use this in basketball terms. This is like a 3-on-2 fast break. Or you got to make the read as a point guard. You know, does the defense stop you from dribbling all the way to the basket? If they do, then you're going to dish it one way or the other. And that's really simple stuff. All right, so we're throwing off the boundary or field alley guy in this particular circumstance. All right, our quarterback fundamentals are to shuffle, shuffle, keep your body loaded. All right, keep your shoulders square. And then if you feel like one of those alley guys is committing to the run, you flip it out there, okay, and throw the bubble, okay? So our bubble is different in regards to that we don't move as quick as a lot of people move, okay? We want to have our slot to catch the ball in good open space so he can get yak out of the bubble. So we basically rock back on our back foot, all right, and we wait for an arm to come up before we move, and you're going to see that time and time again. But the bubble is a really simple concept for us. So really simple here. We're trying to assess the box. If they're a five-man box, okay, we're going to have 6 blockers against it, and we're going to run the ball, okay? It's just quarterback ISO, shuffle, shuffle, quarterback ISO, no motion. If one of the field or boundary alley guys add on this movement, we flip it out. So here's just a simple example of it. Watch him. That's the guy we're kind of looking at here, okay? You can see right now, all right, we're kind of being just a box counting team, all right? There are 5 in the box, okay? He's the adder, all right? So you might say 5.5 in each alley. That's 6. So you can see he shuffles, he flips it out, all right? And that's really simple football. It was 1st and 10. We flip it out into open space, all right? 1st and 10 again. You can see the quarterback, and he was a rigid hip guy. He didn't have great hip flexibility, but you can see here, he's just looking to say, okay, that field alley guy's adding, I'm flipping it out to my slot. You can see the field alley guy added, and they're chasing, okay? Same deal here, okay? Just we tag it like opportunity to either run it or pass it, all right? And he's just staying square. You can see the field alley guy. It's a 4-3. The field alley guy is trying to fit the box. All right. You can see steps to it. All right. And then, you know, this is consummate speed and space. So here's a field safety guy who has to defend, you know, this guy in this particular circumstance. And we've got slots that can really roll. Okay. So you can see here, it's just, you know, there's only one guy that can make this tackle right here, and he doesn't make the tackle. All right, from this copy, quarterback, you can see how square he stays. Hold it for the last second. You get that field alley guy that's adding. Boom, flip it out. All right, this is actually a 4th and 3 play. It's a tough deal. Now, right now, field alley's adding, you know, as a pressure before the snap. All right, quarterback knows, we got to get this out. All right. Critical play on this is the outside receiver here. He's got to block MDM, which is most dangerous man. You can watch number 4 again. He hasn't moved yet. The play started. He hasn't moved until our quarterback raises his arm. Here it is. Number 9 does a nice job of knowing he's got to get now the safety. And here's number 4 with a one-on-one with the corner now. Make him miss. 1st down. Okay, same situation out of a 3-by-1 now. So this 3-by-1, okay, is to the field. Okay, what we're trying to do a lot of times, a lot of 4-2-5 teams, they'll knock their Mike outside the box. So that becomes the read guy for us, okay? Is the Mike going to be the 6-box defender, or is he still going to stay outside the box and give us a 5-man box which allows us to attack it? Okay, you're going to see this is really simple football. Here's the Mike here, all right? And you can see the Bucks knocked over, 4-2-5 look. You'll see the whip be the spin player to the post, all right? And the field safety kind of being down, okay? The Mike adds quick. Potentially he could throw this ball, all right? He chooses to run it. So they're a 6-man box team, so it could have been a throw, but you can see even at 6, we've got 6 blockers, and that's the beauty of the quarterback run game. Here it is again, okay? You can see right now the Mike is number 46. Here he comes, boom! All right, into the B gap. Our back's right there for him, all right? That's the buck, which our right guard picks up, and it's just the same blocking scheme we've done over and over in this whole presentation. All right, 3-by-1 again, 3rd and 3, okay? Kind of assess the box quarterback. Are they going to be a 5-man box team, a 6-man box team? Right now, the 4 down, and this happens to be the buck, counted at 5. What's the Mike going to do? If the Mike stretches, run it. If the Mike stays in the box and adds, throw it. All right? It's just that simple. So he comes out, all right? You can see the Mike hasn't committed to the box, all right? If he did, throw it. If he doesn't, run it. So you can see how much open space we got, okay? I'm going to flip through here just to show you. You can't, there's no way in most conventional offenses you can create a gap this big. Watch how big this gap is right here, okay? And so the beauty of the quarterback run game is you're getting extra blockers, the running back particularly, and that's why people, make fun of us and say we play with 12 players. Because literally when our quarterback's running the ball, we've got, we've got enough blockers in these situations to make a lot of open space. Same deal here. And people talk about the quarterback and how fast he is, and, I don't have a great quarterback that runs the ball. Where high school guys start developing in 7th, 8th grade, put your best athlete there. In this case, this guy was a 5'2" guy, okay? And so he isn't extraordinarily fast, but he's a good runner, okay? Here it is. You can see where the Mike is, way out here, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the box. 25's the adder, so he's the 5th guy, but you can see that's a lot of open space. Really simple stuff, okay? This is the throw off it. You can see on a pre-snap, they're going to be six men in the box, okay? They got 2 linebackers in the box already, 4 down, all right? So get the ball out there. So shuffle, flip the ball out there, and then you can see our patient of our slot, okay? The patience of our slot. The bubble cannot be a hard throw to make. Don't make him bubble and have inconsistent space in where he is. Let him just chill out, get the ball, and then be a runner. See how much space he has off those blockers to make a cut and get yards after catch, all right? So that's really simple, but it's really effective. Okay, same deal here. This is a fast-paced play. He just gets it out there. He didn't shuffle because he knew the team that, they were short to the field here. And so, just wall them off and put good athletes in open space. That's the key. Okay, 3-by-1 here. Again, he shuffles in this particular circumstance, but they've got, guys committed to the box. They don't have enough on the edge of their defense to even, come close to stopping this. All right, these are a couple just different formations, and I'll go on to the next play. But this is a formation with an H, no back, okay? So we got a grounded there, trips to the field with an H into the boundary, and we can run easy access here and throw him on the quick out. We can throw the bubble to him, or we can just challenge the box, okay? In this particular circumstance, he challenges the box with a run play. All right, he just shuffles. You can see up here, he's just running a quick out, but he decides to run it. And, the whip is the guy that's first there, okay? The open space in this gap between our left guard and our left tackle. You can see our H insert to the play side, our guard basically to the back side. So this is an option for him to throw quick on a bubble, on a pre-snap or post-snap read, or run the ball. Same situation here. I'll go to the other copy quick. Okay, so our left guard's got a down block here. Our H inserts for the play side linebacker. Here's our guard pulling the backside linebacker. First guy there is going to be the whip again. Okay, this is the same situation where he can throw off of it, but using motion, okay? You can see here comes the motion. You can see he's reading the mic here. Is the motion eliciting enough movement where, he basically, we reduce the box, okay? We're looking to do a 5-man box here with 6 blockers. If the mic is still in the box, he can flip it out here to the slot on the motion. In this case, the mic's way outside, so he ends up taking it up in there. So see how tight the motion is to the quarterback's butt so he can get in front of the quarterback, and we're not throwing a backwards pass, which is critical on that. We want to make sure it's a forward pass. Okay, here's another one with the motion. You can see how much this moves people out of the box, so it just opens some space for us.